that point, and not only beat the Golden Bears, he was down 3-1, got 2 goals late. In fact, the tying goal with 3 seconds left in the game, won it in overtime, but he had a total of, I think, 13 skaters on his squad. There had been some discipline problems, and so that's quite an accomplishment for the Potsdam Sandstoners and Coach Joe Stark.
Well, I was talking with Joey, and he said, this year it is up for grabs everywhere. He said here in the North Country, any one of the 3 of us could win it, no question about that. He said down to Albany Academy is a good team. He said, but Saratoga and Shenendehowa are tough. You go to Section 3, Ithaca, Oswego. You've got Rome in there in the mix. You go out west, Greece, but Greece is not as strong as they've been this year, And he said, you never know. He said the only sure things are probably Seton Catholic and down on the island.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting lineup.
Here's the starting lineup for the Raiders.
Let's take a look at the crowd here. Well, not a great crowd, I'm afraid, unfortunately.
Aaron Hardy, as we mentioned, this is his 7th start of the year, 4-2 record. Ben Nightingale's had an excellent latter half of the season since he's come off that ankle injury. And there's JR coming out.
And, of course, the big line to start, Jeff Day with O'Shea and Walsh.
Jeff was out of we talked about last Friday night, missed a couple of shifts. He missed Saturday's game. I think he had the flu.
Yep, that's exactly right. In fact, I didn't get a chance to talk to him when I did the seniors interview on Monday because he was still sick on Monday. But he was back for practice yesterday, and he's ready to go today. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I believe Sanford T will sing the national anthem. Well, Sanford T is singing the national anthem, and we'll be about set to go here.
Sanford T, the senior member of our anthem group, but just an outstanding job. He leads by example.
I've seen better looking anthem singers.
Well, I have too. We won't.
There he is.
The other way around.
We have a stats man.
We have a stats man. Excellent.
The Duggar man is here. Digger Donaldson, just in time. You need a pencil?
Yes.
There we go. We're ready to go here. Massena Potsdam. A little bit late, but again, it is seniors night here at the Massena Arena. And that's the reason for... Does anybody know who's older? Arnie O'Reilly or Coach McClendon?
Arnie O'Reilly's got to be.
Yeah, I know. They've both been around a long time. Potsdam clustered around their goaltender, Jason Sloan, and it'll be Aaron Hardy defending the goal to our left as we get ready to go with tonight's game. Massena Potsdam in Northern Athletic Conference Division I hockey. So we mentioned up at Potsdam, the Raiders blew out to a 5-0 lead, ended up winning 6-3. We'll see what happens here this evening.
As you mentioned, after coming off that devastating weekend down in Rochester, the way they came out of the box was great credit to the coaching staff that had them ready to go on that Wednesday night.
Jeffrey Day steps into the face-off circle against Kyle Hewlin. Hewlin out there with Yannickus and Gilmore. Day, of course, with Walsh and O'Shea. Nightingale, Rochford on the defense, and it's going to be Timmy Kelleher along with War. And off the face-off, puck dumped in the Massena zone. Rochford whips it around the boards for Benji Nightingale, gets away from him. Gilmore picks it up, trying to center. Here's a shot. That goes, well, it stopped side of the net by Hardy. Looked like it was going to go wide. Didn't get much wood on it. Here's Walsh with it, ahead to Day. Day circles back, gets tied up into the official. The puck comes in behind. Nightingale throws a check. Finally, it's John Rochford picking it up. Rochford, ahead it goes, still didn't get out of the zone. Bounces around in front. Nightingale bangs it to the blue line out to center ice. A little bit sloppy play here to start the game. Rochford picking it up. Potsdam with a quick line change. Here's O'Shea with it, has it knocked away. Puck bounces in behind. Almost looks like the ice is slow, but it couldn't be. It's been pretty cold. Puck trickles to the blue line. Jeffrey Day picking it up. And here comes Massena. Ahead to Walsh. And ahead of the play, off sides, but Potsdam will clear and move it back the other way. Potsdam out there with the Wilson line. Puck bounces up into the ceiling. And we played just over a minute here, and really nothing much has happened.
Nothing much. You mentioned took the words right out of my mouth. Massena a little sloppy in their own end. In fact, Potsdam had them hemmed in for the first 52 seconds, dumped it in, and just some good forechecking and little sloppy defensive work by the Raiders on their defensive zone coverage.
Meacham out there now with DeRosie and Jeff Slack, and here it comes right here.
Hey, we got a puck.
Right to me.
Well, that's a first. I can't, in all the years that I've been doing games with you, Jerry, that's the first time it's made one up in the booth. We had one the last game that came within 4 or 5 feet. That they keep that one as a souvenir. Hey, take that's a paperweight. We'll hold our first time in all those years it got up here.
Face off just inside. Potsdam zone, right back out again. DeRosie flips it ahead. It's intercepted by John Rose. Rose moves it, dumps it ahead into the Massena zone. Here's an opportunity, and now they try to move it in front, and around the boards it goes. Bouncing into the corner. Barkley is there trying to move it ahead to the blue line. Here's a drive from the point right on. Hardy makes the save. Puck in the corner. They right across the goal mouth by Hoos. It comes to Slack. Slack moves it ahead, doesn't clear the zone. Here's a drive from the point. It's gloved, and Hardy's going to hold on. It was off the net, but Hardy decides to hold on.
Good job out there by number 9. Is that who's wearing number 9? Hearn tonight. Okay, young Mr. Hearn has 21. Brad Wilson was cruising in that slot area, and young Mr. Hearn just gave a good solid check, upended him right in front of the netter before he could get a stick on it.
Off the faceoff, puck bounces to the blue line. Here's a drive. Hardy makes the save and holds on for the faceoff. So far, I've got the shots unofficially 3-0 for Potsdam.
3-0. I'll get back. That's Chaz Hearn. There's a couple numbers here that the Raiders float around, and you never know who's wearing them. And those three get me 9, 3, or Hearn and Northrop, and who's the other one that sometimes floats around? Buffum, I guess it is.
Yep, off the face-off. Massena out there with the Shane Farmer line around the boards. The puck comes to Farmer. He moves it out to center ice. Ahead to Seacott. Seacott bangs it off the boards in the zone. Takes it in behind the net, gets tied up. Picking it up is Farmer, looking for DiAgostino in front, but it's knocked away by Timmy Kelleher in a good play. Down the ice it comes, into the Massena zone. Hard check thrown there by one half of the Bruce brothers, Drew Wonky. Puck to the blue line. Here's a drive. It's blocked. Comes out to center ice. Here comes Farmer again. Shane Farmer down the left wing side, breaks it across, winds up his shot, fired it wide. Puck whistles around the boards. Here's DiAgostino flipping it into the corner, picked up by the Potsdam defense. That's Kelleher. He'll move it out to center ice. Bouncing puck, knocked away, comes to Benji Nightingale. Raiders on a line change. Rochford has it poke checked away. It goes up into the crowd, and we'll have a face-off just inside the Massena zone. 12:27 remaining first period, and on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, it's 0-0.
Raiders with a, I guess you'd call it a 3-on-2 odd man rush, that line of Farmer, DiAgostino, and Seacott. And big 16, Shane Farmer elected to shoot that time and shot it a little wide. Shane got the game-winning goal against Greece on Saturday.
Face-off just outside. I thought it was going to be inside, just outside. Trickles into the Massena zone. Benji Nightingale there to pick it up. Skates it ahead to Walsh, bounces by him. Down the ice, they wave the icing off. Sloan clears it in behind his own net. Timmy O'Shea racing for it, goes back to the point. John Rochford. Rochford flips it back to O'Shea. O'Shea to Day. Day trying to drop it to Walsh in the corner. Justin circles, picks it up. Trying to center. It's knocked down, bounces in the slot, and is cleared out to center ice. Here comes Potsdam. Johnny Yannickas. Yannickas has it taken away. Comes back to center ice. Picked up there by Greg Gilmore. Dumps in the Massena zone. Rochford has it taken away. Here's a chance in front. The backhander high over the net. as John Yannickas, who's been playing very well of late, got a good play. Raiders back the other way. Timmy O'Shea, headman to Walsh. It bounces right to him off the glass. Here's Walsh busting in right wing side, shot. And it's in the net, I believe. The goalie's in the net and the puck's underneath him, and that's got to be a goal for Massena, I would guess.
Well, the puck now is not in the light is on, but the puck's not in the crease, and referee George Dobbins was right on the line. Well, wait, I don't think they'll put much credence into the goal, Judge. I don't think it's a goal, Jerry. George Dobbins did not indicate it. And if it was a goal, I would have attributed it to number 5. That was John Rose. I think
he came and
Sloan
pushed
made
the goalie.
the save. Yeah, he piled into his own goaltender, but a lucky hop for the Raiders, rink-wide pass, and number 19, Jeremy Bove, stepped up to intercept it, went off his blade, hit the top of the glass, and bounced right down to Justin Walsh, who came busting down that right side and cut in, and good save by young Jason Sloan.
Brad Wilson will face off against Eric Meacham. Face off right side in the Potsdam zone. Off the draw. Slack after it, goes to Meacham. His quick shot goes in behind. DeRosie in on the other side, left side of the goalie. Picks it up, trying to drop it in behind. And it's picked up by the Potsdam defense. Around the horn. Meacham steps in, poke checks it behind to Slack. Hit a broken stick. Slack in front to DeRosie, knocked away. Here comes Potsdam breaking out. Potsdam down the right wing side, trying to come across in the zone, but offsides will be the call.
Good job by the Sandstoners as they, as the Massena defenseman jumped down and got caught, and they broke away that transition from defense to offense, led by number 27, Mike Lamson, son of Chip Lamson, and Chip's a friend of ours. Excellent music teacher here in the Massena system. I think young Mike has got a little more speed than Chip, don't you?
Yeah, that's a pretty easy thing to say.
A little more speed.
Josh Close out there now against Meacham. Meacham's headman for DeRosie. Eric has to come back. Tries to dump it ahead to Meacham. He backhands it to the Potsdam line. John Rose is there to gather it in and shoot it right back out. DeRosie after it. Meacham trying to take it away. Back to DeRosie. Across off sides as Slack went in ahead of the play. And we'll have another face-off. 11:02 left in the first period. Still zeros on the Corky's Collision scoreboard.
There are close offsides, there are fairly close offsides, and then ones that were offside by a mile. That one goes in the latter category.
You betcha.
Jeffrey Slack was a football field and a half over the blue line.
Ward out there with Kelleher and Kerwin now against the close line. Close Reed, and I think that's Sovey on the other wing. No, I take that back. That's Merriman, and he's got the puck right now and flips it in the Massena zone. Drew Wonky after it. Hit the side of the net with it. Bubba's there to clear it around the boards. Raiders look to move it ahead, trying to get it out of the zone. They do. In fact, does it go far enough for icing? No, it doesn't. And here comes a chance for Clint Kerwin, and out of the net to play it. A great play by Jason Sloan. Saved a breakaway. Raiders back at center ice now. Sloan poked it out there, picked up and dumped right back in the zone by Bubba Gerard. Great play by Sloan that time. Heads up play.
And a great play by Kerwin to tip it by the defenseman. Two good plays.
That's right. Down the ice it goes. That'll be an icing on Potsdam and move the faceoff back in their zone. 10:23 left in the first period. No score, Potsdam Massena.
Loose puck just outside the Potsdam blue line, and number 17, Clint Kerwin, with extra effort, outraced the Potsdam defender, just tipped it by him and jumped around him, knocked it loose, and it looked like he was going to have a breakaway, but a smart move by Jason Sloan, read the situation, left his crease, and came out halfway in that defensive zone and cleared the puck out of harm's way.
Jeff Day against Hewlin off the faceoff. Day gets it back in the circle, kicks ahead to Walsh in front. He fired it just wide. Puck in behind, picked up by Timmy Kelleher. Kelleher flips it on the other side for Ryan War. Around the horn, Benji Nightingale trying to pinch in, can't keep it in. Walsh is back, though, to flip it right back in the zone. Sloan leaves it for Kelleher behind the net. Kelleher starts out left side, kind of over skates. Walsh throws a check. Puck bounces free to the blue line. Kept in by Nightingale, flips it right back in the corner. Racing in after it, Kelleher and O'Shea. O'Shea gets there first. Here's O'Shea trying to drop it back. No, he's going to keep it. Takes it into the circle. Gets by one. Here's O'Shea's shot. And he missed. He fired it high and wide. It may have been deflected. Puck around the boards to the blue line, out to center ice. Racing after John Rochford. He gathers it in his own blue line. Flips it ahead. Intercepted there. Check thrown. Day picks up the loose puck. Shovels it to O'Shea. Across the blue line. Fakes the shot. Goes by one. Here's O'Shea. Sharp angle. Sloan makes the save and holds on for the faceoff.
Smart move by Jason Sloan. The Stoners running around a little bit. And that whole scenario started with good forechecking. Timmy Kelleher coming out of his own end, looked up, and he saw number 5, Justin Walsh, bearing down on him. And when he did, he lost control of the puck, and the whole sequence started from there. The Raiders kept it in and all kinds of pressure.
Meacham wins the draw, back to the point. Flipped into the corner by Buffum, in behind the net. Slack is there, trying to rip it around the boards. He gets tied up by Rose, the defenseman. It comes free to Massena in behind, sitting there. Finally, it's picked up, and around the boards it goes. That was Bove. Bove doesn't clear, though, kept in by Buffum at the point. Back to the blue line, they bang at it. Buffum pinches in, keeps it in momentarily. Now DeRosie after it. He kicks it around to Slack. Slack in the right corner. Slack dipsy doodles, gets by, shakes his man, steps in front, the shot. Save made, knocked down in front. Where is it? Cleared to the side. Great play by Jeffrey Slack. Still in the zone. DeRosie whacks at it. Now Meacham. Meacham flips in for Slack, centers it. Here's Meacham trying to go to DeRosie. Right on, the save made. I think that was off a skate, though. It wouldn't have been a goal even if it had gone in.
Jeffrey Slack just simply undressed number 5, John Rose, with his back to John Rose. He was skating away from the net, gave him a right shoulder, right hip, left hip, and just did 180 degrees and waltzed right by John Rose and came right out of the corner and just rolled off his stick at the last second. But a great individual move by number 19, Jeffrey Walsh.
Off the face-off. Puck trickled in behind the net. Massena out there with a Farmer line. Farmer, DiAgostino, and Seacott as the puck trickles out to center ice. Drew Wonke's there to flip it ahead of the blue line. Picked up there on the defense by Ryan War. He flips to the Massena line. Bubba Gerard, his head man is Seacott. He tips it ahead for Farmer. Busts in left side, looking for DiAgostino. He just directed it wide. Good idea. Puck sits side of the net. Picked up by the Stoner defense. Here comes Seacott. Back to the point. Wonke flips it around the boards again. Puck goes into the corner. Seacott goes after it, throws a check on Sovey, but the puck is picked up by the Stoners, and they'll break it out. Here's a shot from center ice. Hardy makes the save from long range on the shot by Timmy Kelleher. Wonke picks up the puck. Change is being made here. Massena moving it around the boards, trying to clear the zone. They don't. Kept in at the point, but now it's going to be Farmer picking it up. Here's Farmer, lugs it ahead, bounce pass, meant for Seacott, intercepted, right back into the zone it goes. Here's Gilmore with it, shoots it right on. Hardy makes the save, not much wood, and DiAgostino flips it down the ice. That'll be an icing call against Massena. And with 7:34 left in the first period, we're still scoreless on the Corky's Collision scoreboard.
Clubs are trading offensive chances. First the Stoners, then the Raiders, back to the Stoners. Up and down. I tell you, number 20, Eric Seacott, just at the last second, the corner of his eye, saw Timmy Kelleher coming like a rhino right at center ice. Kelleher hit him, but I think he was able to avoid the majority of the check, because you could read this from way back here. Seacott had his head down at center ice, and Kelleher was coming like gangbusters. He's not very big, but he plays hard, Timmy Kelleher.
Face off right side of the Massena zone after the icing, off the draw. Day out there. The puck sits still in the circle. Who's got it? Bounces free to Day, trying to clear the zone. He didn't clear it. And now he knocks it down. That's Nightingale. Bounces around at the blue line. Still sitting on the blue line. Still in the zone. Now O'Shea comes and picks it up. Here's Timmy O'Shea. Circles in behind his net, then turns around, loses his forechecker, looks to move it ahead. Slides it, doesn't clear the zone. Here's a chance for Potsdam. A backhander goes wide. The rebound right in front of the net. Bangs in behind. They got a man breaking in front. It sits there. Bounces into the corner. Where's the puck? Potsdam still controls. Looks to center. Knocked down. Goes in behind the net. Benji Nightingale with it. Circles around the boards. Meant for Walsh. Walsh trying to clear the zone. Trickles to the blue line to O'Shea. O'Shea breaking in one-on-one on Ryan War. Timmy O'Shea trying to slide by. War stays with him. Makes a good play. Ryan War tried to clear the zone. Doesn't. Here's Nightingale with it. Trying to slide it ahead. It goes off a leg. And the Stoners, did they move out? Yes, they did. And one-on-one. Here's a shot from center ice. The save made by Massena goaltender Aaron Hardy. Now the puck back to the Potsdam line, and it's fired up into the penalty box by Ryan War.
So often you hear the expression in your own end, if you're telegraph or come late, that's a no-no. And, you know, below the circles, if you come diagonally, you can't come late. You got to come hard with it. And that time the captain, Timmy O'Shea, came a little late. And number 10 for Potsdam, Johnny Yannickas, read it from way out by the blue line, jumped down, intercepted that pass, and almost was in free.
Off the face-off, Meacham's line out for Massena. Here's Barkley flipping it in the zone. Meacham against Wilson. Puck stopped by Sloan in behind, leaves it for Kelleher. Puck around the boards. Meacham throws a check. The puck squirts free to the blue line, kept in it. Barkley waved at it, tried to keep it in the bouncer, and it's back out to neutral ice. Picked up there by Wilson into the Massena zone. Meacham trying to clear, he didn't, kept in there by Hoos. Hoos flips it in the corner. Big Meacham is there to flip it in behind the net. Stoner's in the corner trying to control it. Hard check thrown, moves ahead to DeRosie, has it knocked away. Puck in behind the net. Around on the other side as the Raiders move it ahead to Meacham. Meacham for DeRosie. He takes it across. Back to Meach. Meach just overskated. Gets knocked down. The puck comes free. Potsdam back the other way. Here come the Stoners. It's Ryan War. He's got a man breaking. Good play by Barkley. Breaks it up for Massena. Raiders break out of there. Here's DeRosie. DeRosie dumps it from the red line as the Raiders will make a line change. A little sloppy play both ways that time. Puck in behind Potsdam zone. Kelleher flips it around the boards. Comes to the blue line, but not out of the zone. Kept in there momentarily by the Raiders. Now it's poke check to center ice. Wonky trying to flip it ahead right across the blue line again. Dumped right back out. Wonky flips it back in to lay offsides. Raiders clear. It's dumped back out. Comes to Bubba Gerard at his own blue line. Gerard bangs it off the boards to Kellogg. He dumps it. It's going to go right on Sloan. He'll make a save and cover up as he had Kerwin bearing down on him. And we'll have a face-off inside Potsdam territory. 4:51 left, first period. Still scoreless on the Corky scoreboard.
Big roar from the Potsdam contingent when number 21, Brad Wilson, put his opposing center. Big number 22, the Cat, put him on his backside down here in the Potsdam zone.
It's a good play because it may have saved an offensive chance for Meacham.
And a good defensive play back at the other end. Number 2 for the Raiders, Adam Barkley, knocked that puck out of harm's way.
Off the face-off, puck along the boards, lifted high in the air, bounces into the Massena zone. Bubba Gerard after it. Here's Gerard gathering it in, flips it in the corner for Drew Wonky. A little bit too far. The puck trickles back to the point. Here's a quick shot. Hardy gloves it and holds on for the face-off. That shot coming off the stick of John Rose.
Both goaltenders electing to hold for face-offs. Any opportunity, the first opportunity they can get. They can read out there if they feel that their team's a little disorganized, needs a line change, and that's a good, smart goaltender will do that. Always, you got to be in the game mentally as well as physically.
Off the face-off, the day line right back out there for Massena. It comes to Walsh. He trickles it, not out of the zone. Dumped right back in the corner by the Sandstoners. Racing in is Yannickus to flip it in behind. Benji Nightingale around the boards for Walsh. Walsh trying to move it ahead. Comes to Nightingale. He'll try O'Shea's side. Goes by him all the way to the blue line. Dump back in the corner. Nightingale trying to chase it down. It comes ahead to Walsh, and he just trickles it out to center ice. Picked up there by Kyle Hewlin. He drops it back to Rose. Rose, headman, intercepted by Rochford, who throws a check. The puck trickles away from him. Comes to O'Shea. O'Shea goes to Nightingale. Nightingale skates it ahead for O'Shea, breaking. He just tips it across in the corner. In behind is Wilson rather. Loses to O'Shea, centering pass, and Walsh couldn't come up with it. Comes back to the blue line, and Rochford keeps it in. We got a delay penalty against Massena, apparently. A roughing call on Tim O'Shea.
Timmy O'Shea, it happened behind the net. I'm not sure if it was against Timmy Kelleher or Jeremy Hoos that Timmy picked up the penalty on, but this is the first penalty of the game. 3:39 mark, 3:39 left in the first period. It's certainly, we had 17 in the final period of the Greece game, and the first one here tonight. It's a nice change of pace.
So the Stoners come out with the first power play of the game, out to kill Meacham and DeRosie, Rochford and Benji Nightingale. Taking the face-off, Kyle Hewlin. Off the draw, puck control by Potsdam across the blue line into the Massena zone as they try to set it up. In behind the net it goes. There's Hewlin with it. Over in the corner to Yannickus. Yannickus has it knocked away by Nightingale, but it's right back to Hewlin as Nightingale tried to clear. Here's Hewlin. Back to the point. Here's the drive. It's blocked by Meacham and trickles out to center ice. Delay off sides, but Massena's going to clear it anyway as Johnny Rochford dumps it on the backhand down the ice. And Meacham caught that one right in the ankle. That had to hurt a little bit. Potsdam with a puck in their own end, looking to move it ahead. Out to center ice it comes. Dumping it in the Massena zone. Barkley after. Bove gets there first, throws a check and comes up with a puck. Barkley looks to tie him up behind the net. Digging in there is Wilson as well. The puck slides free to Bubba Girard. Looks for the glass, doesn't clear the zone though. Here's Kelleher through traffic. I think Hardy got a piece of it. Puck goes in the corner. 23 seconds left in the power play. Puck in behind. Around the horn it goes. Back to the blue line. They move it right side. Back in the corner. Bove. Bove looking to move it. Top of the circle. Goes back to the point. Ryan War with it. Flips it. Has it knocked away. Picked up by Girard. Down the ice with 4 seconds left. And that'll take care of the power play right there. A couple of long-range shots, but not much more than that, as the Raiders did a nice job killing that one off. Stoners right back, though. Here's Ryan War. He dumps it in the Massena zone. In behind the net. Northrup rips it around the boards all the way out to center ice. Picked up there by Hewlin. Hewlin dumps it right back in. Bubba Girard picking it up there. Girard flips it over on the other side to Northrup. Northrup kind of gets tied up. Looks to tie it up, has it taken away. They try to center it, but Girard is there to break it up. I think Hardy got a piece of it as well with a big goalie stick. Puck comes to Jeffrey Day around the horn. They'll try Northrup on the other side. Bounce pass goes by everybody. Down the ice, they wave the icing off. Puck goes in the corner, DiAgostino steps by the check. Here's DiAgostino in front. They couldn't get the shot off. Goes back to Wonky at the point. He flips it in the open corner. Seacott looking to wrap it around. Seacott in the corner now. Flips it in behind on the other side for Shane Farmer. Farmer with it, trying to dump it into DiAgostino. He picks it up in the corner. Drops it for Seacott, but getting there first is Willard for Potsdam. He rips it around the boards and out to center ice. Northrup blocks. His shot, went just wide. Puck in the corner, Seacott gets a piece of it. Flips it in behind. Willard picks it up. He's checked by Farmer. Puck squirts free to DiAgostino. He lets it go back to Northrup at the point. Northrup flips it into DiAgostino, and the puck comes in behind, picked up by John Rose. Rose being bothered by Farmer. Puck trickles to the blue line. Wonky, he's got room. Quick wrist shot right on. The save, the rebound. DiAgostino gets a shot. I think there's another save. And finally, the Stoners just clear it out to center ice. Drew Wonky with it, has to wait for his wings to get onside, then dumps it in the zone as the Raiders make a line change here. Puck bounces around to the blue line, it's out to center ice. Here comes Gilmore with it. He flips it ahead in the Massena zone. Wonky in there after it. Wonky picks up the loose puck, has it knocked away, but it bounces free to Northrup. Northrup bangs it, it's going to be intercepted by Kelleher. Kelleher skates into the corner, then takes it back to the blue line, gets a quick shot off. Save made. Rebound around the other side. Intercepted by Gilmore. Centering pass. Goes right across the crease as the buzzer sounds. And so we see no goals at all in this first period. A 0-0 tie. Our broadcast on WMSA brought to you by Sullivan's Office Supply at 219 Center Street, Massena. By Reynolds Metals, St. Lawrence Reduction Plant. By Massena Savings and Loan, 121 Main Street, Massena. By Walsh Equipment, Bernie Avenue in Massena. By Coca-Cola, the makers of Powerade. Also by Paris Excavating and Environmental Control Corporation on the Massena-Winthrop Road. By Homestead Dairies, located on West Hatfield Street and at the corner of North Main and Maple Street in Massena. Also by Massena Optics, 55 Main Street, downtown Massena. By the members of the CECOM Federal Credit Union, 30 Stern Street, Massena. By North Country Savings Bank, 22 Phillips Street in Massena. And by Nationwide Insurance at 229 East Orvis Street in Massena. One period by the boards. I'll tell you, not much happened in that first period.
Not much happened, but I would say a plus for the Sandstoners versus the last time these two clubs played. Massena led 5-0 at the end of the first period the last time, so this is quite an improvement for the Sandstoners. Both clubs guilty of making some defensive lapses in their own end, but fortunately neither club could capitalize on that. And when they did have a good opportunity, both goaltenders Aaron Hardy and Jason Sloan were there to make the saves, although they weren't called on to make too many. I mean, 8 and 7, but there weren't a lot of big saves in there.
No, not really. Not trying to think if there were any at all.
The one that Justin Walsh broke in on that right side.
Okay.
That had to be, there's Coach Mark Morris back there.
Best chance of the night so far, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I would say that would be the best one of the night. And the Raiders kind of break just at the end. Cardinal Sin, Raider forward, left the zone in the dying minutes of a 0-0 hockey game, or at any time. You don't want to leave that zone unless you're sure that your defenseman's able to clear the zone. He left it early, got in behind the Potsdam defenseman. The first Potsdam man in was forechecking, made the Raider defenseman cough up the puck right back to the Potsdam defenseman, who was inside the Raider forward, and fortunately Potsdam just ran out of time.
Not many statistics to tell you about saves. Massena goaltender Aaron Hardy had 8. Potsdam goaltender Jason Sloan had 7. Just 1 penalty in the first period, that going to Tim O'Shea for roughing. That's it. Those are the only statistics in that first period.
Well, we didn't tire out our stat man, I guess. That's one consolation. But both clubs playing a little close to the best. I suppose both coming into this game with a little, maybe a little different view. The Raiders saying, hey, we beat you up in your backyard 6-3. And the Sandstoners saying, yeah, but we knocked off a club that beat you twice handily. And so maybe, sending a message, trying to, for this upcoming game next Wednesday, these two clubs will play each other. We don't know where. Right now the odds would say it's going to be in Massena, but that could change if the Stoners beat them by more than 3 goals.
That's right. So you never know what's going to happen. But very, very slow start to the game, I thought. It wasn't anything like Friday night's game.
No, and that's makes high school sports, they're not robots. You can't turn them on, turn them off, and sometimes in that locker room, you swear they're going to come out and go like hang. They had a great week of practice, and you come out, they drop the puck, and it seems like they're skating in sand out there. It's a long season in the sense that these are still, 16, 17-year-old kids, and a lot of practices and schoolwork and running around here and there. They might be a little tired, before they get that second win before the sectional set in.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. One thing I've noticed, Potsdam forecheck, Massena's had a little problem handling it thus far.
When the Stoners got it in deep, they've been very effective with that forecheck. Massena hasn't been able to solve it too easily. And he's also better looking than his father, and he dresses better than his father.
Got a lot more hair.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Off the face-off, O'Shea trying to come up with it. He flips it ahead to Walsh, and here comes Justin across the blue line. Drop pass intercepted by the Stoners, Yannickas, and he takes it in behind his net. He's going to shovel it against the grain back down the ice, and it rolls and wobbles into the Massena zone. It will not go far enough for icing. Picked up by the Raider defense. Benji Nightingale drops it off for Johnny Rochford to Walsh, trying to kick it out of the zone. Doesn't clear the zone, kept in by the Stoners. They got a man breaking in front, but it's intercepted, Rochford, and he moves it ahead. Johnny Rochford ahead to O'Shea. Timmy takes it across the blue line in the zone, trying to go to Walsh, knocked away. O'Shea follows up on the play, gets by the check. Here's O'Shea moving in front, circles around again, looking for somebody to pass to, goes to Walsh. Walsh's pass knocked away. He'll gather it into the corner, throws a check first, trying to shovel it free, but it comes out to the blue line, and Stoners will move it out. Yannickas dumps it ahead into the Massena zone, picked up by Benji Nightingale, ahead to Rochford. Rochford circles, moves it out. Bounce pass goes by everybody to Kelleher at the Potsdam line. He flips it ahead into the Massena zone. They got a 3-on-1, but it's flipped wide into the corner. And it's picked up there to the blue line. Here's a shot. That goes wide. Raiders pick it up. Rochford flips it ahead, doesn't clear the zone. Kelleher keeps it in, dumps it in behind the net. Benji Nightingale goes to Rochford, to O'Shea. O'Shea doesn't clear. Here's a shot. Save made by Hardy. Puck out by the blue line, kept in by Bove. Here's Bove, centering pass, goes by everybody back to Kelleher at the point. He flips it in behind. And again, the Raiders having trouble clearing the zone. Bove pinches in. Walsh trying to take it away. He's tied up. Nightingale. Day is in there. Finally, he pries it free and picks it up behind the net, then overskates it. Flips it ahead for Benji Nightingale. Nightingale goes to Walsh. He just trickles it across the blue line. Out to center ice to Day. Day to O'Shea. One-on-one with Kelleher. O'Shea trying to flip it back to Day, and Day was tied up, couldn't get the shot off. Pretty good back checking by Bove. Here's a shot from the point, knocked down, comes bouncing right back out. Picked up by DeRosie, waits, didn't wait long enough, and offsides will be the call with 12:50 left in the second period. Still 0-0 on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard.
Good job by Bove and by number 21, Brad Wilson. You play both ends of the ice. Not only offensively, you have to skate back and picked up that loose forward in the Raider end. Just prior to that, Timmy Kelleher flipped one in from the point, and number 27, Mike Lamson, cruising in front, almost redirected it by the Massena goaltender.
Off the faceoff, puck dumped in the Potsdam zone, and Sloan says, "I'll cover up." Holds on for the faceoff. Had DeRosie bearing in on him.
Needs something to get the crowd into it. It's a game. It's been a very placid game, and the crowd sitting on their hands. I think the biggest cheers when Wilson knocked down big 22 Eric Meacham in the first period.
Close will face off against Meacham in the Potsdam zone. Off the draw, Stoners control out to center ice. Here comes Benny Reed. Ben takes it across, gets by the defense. Here's Reed skating right in front, scores on the backhand. And Ben Reed puts Potsdam on top 1-0.
And that was just an excellent individual effort by number 8, Ben Reed. We just got through saying he needs something to get the crowd in, and Ben Reed took us to task. He went down that left side, and he just walked right around the Raider defenseman and cut inside, went across the crease, coming across from Aaron Hardy's right to left, and he shoveled a little backhander as he got Aaron coming across that crease. Looked like he was going to try to deke him about halfway across. Reed, a little backhander that beat Aaron Hardy, and the Stoners strike first here in the second period.
Willard picks up the assist on the goal.
26 seconds.
Off the face-off, here comes Potsdam's John Yannickas, winds up his shot, deflected, goes in behind the net. Drew Wonke picks it up and rips it around the boards, meant for Kerwin. Kerwin tries to leave it, bounces in behind again. Now Bubba Gerard will go after it along with Gilmore. Gilmore wins the battle, comes back to the point with it. Here's a shot in behind, bounces into the corner. Puck in the corner now to the blue line. Here's a drive, Hardy, and he let that one go over the net. Bounces around, Potsdam starting to cycle a little bit. Here's the pass knocked into the corner. Wonke had his man tied up. The puck comes out front again. They go back to the point. Kelleher, quick wrist shot, save made, rebound, fired in behind. Finally, it's picked up by the Raiders, and they look at just dump it down the ice. And that's going to be right on, so no icing. Puck goes in the zone. Sloan makes the save. Potsdam leads 1-0 over the Red Raiders. Bouncing pass, picked up by the Stoners. Right back in the Massena zone. They got a man in front. Here's the shot. Save made Hardy. Rebound, Hardy covers it up. And then it bounces free, but the whistle had blown. And we'll have a face-off as the goal seems to have ignited Potsdam a little bit.
It has, and the Raiders are right back on their heels. Really shaky right now. And I'll tell you, John Yannickas had an excellent opportunity to make it 2-0. Shot from the point. Aaron Hardy makes the save. Yannickas right off the crease. He's got the wide open short side, and he just misfired. I thought for sure, and he's a veteran player and a sniper, I thought for sure the Stoners were going to be up 2-0.
Face off in the Massena zone. Jeff Day out there to take the draw. Puck sits in the circle, finally comes to O'Shea. O'Shea looking up ice for Walsh, a little bit too far, like about a mile, and icing will be called.
And official time on that goal, the 2:26 mark, Ben Reed from Joe Miller. Reed did all the work. Miller just kind of batted up to on the board in his own end, and I think Reed picked that puck up down at the top of the circle in his own end and went down that left side all the way down, met no opposition, and went right around the Massena defenseman like he was anchored in cement. Good move and good speed shown by Ben Reed.
Face-off in the Massena zone. Hoos will step in to take the face-off against Jeffrey Day. Off the draw, puck comes to Rochford. Head man goes to Walsh. Here comes Walsh picking it up off the boards. Here's his pass, and he didn't get the pass off. He went to pass and just couldn't get the blade of the stick on it. And Potsdam breaking back. They're going to have a 3-on-none. Here comes Mike Lamson, backhander right by the open goal mouth. They had 3-on-none. Here's Potsdam, puck still in the circle. Bounces back out toward the blue line. O'Shea gathers it in. Rips it around the boards. Massena, nobody there. Here's another shot knocked down in front, and Hardy has to make the save on the short side. Puck comes bouncing in the corner. O'Shea picks it up. Here's O'Shea moving along the boards, doesn't clear the zone, bounces into the circle, picked up by Rochford. Rochford moves it finally out to center ice, trickles in the Potsdam zone, icing waved off. Jeremy Beauvais racing back to pick it up. He's got Walsh on him, flips it around the boards. O'Shea steps in front. Here's O'Shea getting by the check into the corner, takes it behind the net. O'Shea steps out in front, has it poked away by, I believe, the goalie got his stick out on it. O'Shea again, gets by one, goes back to Rochford at the point. His shot goes off a leg. Slack trying to pick up the rebound. Here's Slack, back to Rochford at the point. He kicks it back into the corner to Slack. Slack takes it out by the blue line. His quick wrist shot. Sloan makes the save, and the puck goes into the corner. John Rochford pinches in, picks it up, takes it by one. Here's Rochford in front. His shot right across the goal mouth. Nobody there. Meacham in behind now, feeding it to Slack. Slack centering pass, goes by everybody, and I think we're going to have a penalty against Potsdam, as the Raiders will have a power play opportunity here. I think a holding, perhaps.
Good sustained effort by the Raiders. They've come to life here in the last few seconds, and they need a wake-up call, because I'm sure listeners out there, when they're saying Jerry can't mean a 3-on-none. Yes, folks, it was a 3-on-none. Potsdam from the blue line in, and Mike Lamson couldn't get around to the forehand for the simple reason that number 14, Timmy O'Shea, with that great hustle coming back, harassed him somewhat. Lamson had to shoot from the backhand and didn't get off a very good shot, but it was a 3-on-none. 3 Potsdam jerseys in alone on Aaron Hardy.
Raiders with a power play. Meacham on the face-off, loses the draw to Hewlin. Puck comes in behind. Around the boards, Kelleher. DeRozzi steps in front, takes it back to the top of the circle, goes back to the point. Bubba Girard skates toward the middle, flips it right in the middle, knocked down in front. They bang at it, and the puck squirts free. Comes back toward the blue line, kept in at the point by Barkley. Good play. He flips it in behind for the big Meacham. Meacham in the corner, gets tied up, kicks it around to DeRozzi at the 45. He steps into the circle, goes back to Barkley, who's pinched in. Barkley's backhand shot doesn't get on the net. Goes in behind the Meacham. Meacham looks to wrap it around, can't get the shot off. Stoners pick it up and dump it down the ice. And it trickles into the Massena zone, picked up by Barkley. Barkley starts out. Takes it across the blue line, across the red line, dumps it in the Potsdam zone. Around the horn it goes. Sloan stops it in behind. Picked up by DeRozzi, side of the net to Meacham, right across, and the shot and the save. I believe it was a save anyway. Hit something, and the puck fired down the ice by Potsdam. Back after it. Bubba Girard in his own end picks up a forechecker in Wilson. About 20 seconds left in the power play. Headman goes out to center ice a little bit too far. Dumped right back in the Massena zone. Girard again looking. He'll skate it. Skates it to the red line. Dumps it into Potsdam territory. Sloan's going to cover it up as it took it off the backboard, and he'll hold on for the faceoff in the Massena zone. Down to 7 seconds left in the power play. 8:32 in the period. Potsdam leading the Raiders 1-0 on the Corky's Collision, or the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard.
Sigh of relief by Coach Joe Stark. I could hear it all the way over here. The Potsdam defenseman just gave the puck up right beside the net, and big 22 Eric Meacham jumped on it and almost jammed it in the short side.
DiAgostino out there to take the face-off. He's out there with Seacott and Farmer. Off the draw, the puck comes to Buffum at the point. He'll flip it in the corner. DiAgostino in there after it. Anthony with the puck now. Dipsy Doodles in the corner. Gets picked up by Bove. Potsdam back to full strength. And the puck bounces off the glass, and the Stoners will move out as they kill off the penalty. Here comes Potsdam in the zone. That's Yannikis, backhander, knocked down in front, the shot, and the save made by Hardy. Flipped out to the blue line and out to center ice. Back after it is Bove. Bove's headman pass on the stick of Hewlin. Hewlin dumps to the Massena line, and it goes back in the zone. Massena defense back to pick it up. That's Hearn dropping it around, or Buffum rather. Puck comes back toward the blue line. Stoners pick it up. They got a man right in front open, and he couldn't put the puck on, or the stick on the puck. That was Gilmore. He picks it up anyway. Flips it to the blue line. Here's the drive. Knocked down. Goes into the corner off a stick. Potsdam now cycling. Trying to get something going as they flip it in the corner. In behind the net, Wonky throws a check. The puck bounces free to Seacott. Seacott just bangs it down the ice. That'll be an icing call on Massena as the Raiders running around in their own end. And we'll have a face-off back in Massena territory. Good job by Drew Wonky that time.
Good job, and 2 excellent opportunities for the Stoners. The first one, again, number 10, John Yannickas, that speedy forward, and then his line mate, Greg Gilmore, all alone in front of the net, no one around. The pass came across and just couldn't control it, hopped over his stick, but he would have been one-on-one from 8 feet out, he and Aaron Hardy. Raiders, they can't leave that front of that net unguarded.
Off the face-off, puck goes in the corner. Rochford with it, flips around the boards. Kelleher keeps it in at the point, dumps it back in behind. Rochford gets a piece of it off the glass, picks it up. He'll try the right side to Walsh. He bangs it ahead, meant to pass it. It went a little far. I think we're going to go far. No, they waved the icing off as Kelleher got back to play it. Here's Kelleher. Has it poked away right in front of the net by O'Shea, but following up on the play is Ryan War. He bangs it to the Massena line. Rochford He'll drop it over to Benji Nightingale. Nightingale to Walsh. Walsh just tips it ahead. It goes in behind the net. Kelleher again. Here's Kelleher ripping it around the boards. Rochford trying to keep it in. He does. Puck bounces free. There's going to be a penalty, though, as Rochford will pick up a penalty, I believe, for high sticking maybe, or roughing.
So it's going to be a roughing call. JR going to go to the box. He is questioning George Dobbins, but it is a roughing call, and the Sandstoners will go on the power play, 6:45. Timmy Kelleher, a veteran defenseman for the Stoners, made that cardinal sin, last man back. You don't want to be cute in your own end, and he tried to juke out number 14, and he's the last guy. He'll steal your laces on you, and almost lost it right in front of Jason Sloan. Just can't do that when you're the last man back. You've got to move that puck.
6:45 remaining in period number 2. The Stoners are up 1-0, and they have a power play here. Off the face-off, puck comes to the red line. Benji Nightingale flips it ahead, has it bounce off a body right back to the Potsdam zone. We've got Meacham out there and DeRosie. Puck bouncing around, Stoners trying to move it. Meacham steals it. Here's Meacham trying to barge his way through, and then he's going to just dump it deep in Potsdam territory. Kelleher back there after it. He'll gather it in. Kelleher starts out, trying to move it ahead. Yannick is up front, along with Bove, but the Raiders steal the puck. The other forward is Kyle Hewlin. Puck dumped back in the zone by the Massena Red Raiders. Here come the Stoners trying to move it out of the zone. That's Ryan Ward. The other point man has it poke checked away by Meacham. Coming back, Kelleher at his own blue line. Trying to go by Meacham. He almost swept it away. Finally, Kelleher dumps it in the Massena zone. Puck in the corner. Racing for it, DeRosie gets a piece of it, looking to kind of tie it up there, waste a little time. 30 seconds left and the whistle blows. 30 left in the power play. 5:45 left in period number 2. And on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, it remains Potsdam 1, Massena nothing.
In pro hockey on the power play, usually when you come out of your own end, all 5 of them will come together, in the sequence. In college and high school, you see it a lot now. To spread that defense, you'll get 1 or sometimes 2 forwards up at the opposing blue line because there's no red line in high school hockey. Open that seam in the middle, it gives you that odd man. And the Stoners have tried both and not very successful coming out.
Bubba Gerard off the faceoff, rips it around the boards, will not get out of the zone. Kept in at the point by Willard, drops it on the other side. They move it around the horn, right across the goal mouth. The puck bounces in the slot, still sitting there. Finally, it's poke checked out by the blue line. O'Shea pokes it ahead, has it knocked away, comes to the side of the net. O'Shea steals it, and this time he moves it to the blue line, not out of the zone. Kept in Willard, his shot through traffic, the rebound, they score! And it's 2-0 on the rebound.
Timmy O'Shea made a great defensive move to stymie a great opportunity for the Stoners and looked like they were going to clear the zone, but the Raider forward, another forward, a chance to get it out, didn't get it out, and I think it was number 22 that kept it in. Willard, we'll wait and see. It is Joe Willard. He was able to keep it in, took the shot from the point. A lot of traffic in front of Aaron Hardy, and we'll see who was in front to knock it in. If it was Yannicus or number 14, I'm not sure, but Willard took the shot, but the Raiders did have a chance to clear the zone, and if you don't, you play with fire, you're going to get burnt, and
they got burnt.
They got burnt.
Lamson gets the goal.
Dad'll be happy and proud.
Yes, indeed. So Willard, as you mentioned, took the shot. Lamson, though, he's the guy that put it in the net. And it's 2-0 Potsdam. Puck dumped to the Massena line. Bubba Gerard with it in his own end. Headman pass, Joey Ward. Ward circles, banging it ahead for Kerwin, too far. Knocked right back out to center ice. Comes to Drew Wonky, goes over to Bubba, bounces over his stick. Bubba picks it up, lifts it, doesn't clear the zone. Puck goes in the corner. Gerard will pick it up again. Around, and it's stolen in front. Here's a shot, good save by Hardy. Puck in the corner again. Raiders just really sloppy with the puck. Now finally, Kerwin picks it up and bangs it ahead, doesn't get it out. Here's a shot knocked down. Bounces in the corner. Comes to Hazel. He'll lug it to the blue line and out to center ice. Trickles into the Potsdam zone. Stoners will move it ahead. Try to clear the zone. Kerwin steps in front. His shot. Sloan had to be quick on the turnaround. He'll cover up for the faceoff. And you notice, as you mentioned, he covers up every chance he gets.
And I'm sure under directions from Coach Potsdam coach Joe Stark, that slow it down. That's the slower tempos to our favor. Second goal of the evening, and both by the Stoners, and the second one coming at 9:21. Number 27, Mike Lamson, picking up the goal. Jamie Hoos and number 22, Joe Miller, getting the assist. And let's see if we can find out Mike's 5th goal of the year.
Meacham will be out there to face it off against Uland. Well, now it's going to be Yannickas facing it off. Inside Potsdam territory, off the draw. Meacham after it, trying to come up with it, but it's banged ahead out to center ice. Here's Barkley with it, can't control. Back the other way, come the Stoners. Here's the shot, Hardy save, a rebound, Hardy covers up. Good chance and a great rush by Potsdam as both forwards with a chance. Initially Yannickas and following up Uland. They both had a chance, and Hardy made a couple of good saves.
Raiders have given up 2 this period, and I think they're fortunate to only be behind 2-0
That's right.
this period. The Sandstoners have picked their game up a notch, and Massena is still on the at the same level they were in that first period, so they're going to have to make some changes in that third period.
Off the face-off, puck at the blue line. Here's a shot knocked down by Meacham. Puck in the corner. Throws a check. The puck comes to Barkley. Couldn't see it. Now he finally finds the handle, starts it out, over skates, then picks it up, flips it ahead, bounces to the blue line, kept in at the point by the Stoners. They lift it high in the air, behind the net. Took a funny bounce in there, but Yannickas is there. He and Barkley go together. He circles out of the fray and then lost it out by the blue line to DeRosie. DeRosie dipsy doodles by 1. Headman pass intercepted. And back the other way come the Stoners. Rose takes it across. Now the puck, here's Potsdam's shot. Hardy makes another save. Puck in the corner. DeRosie with it. In behind the net, he'll rip it around the boards for Slack. Slack trying to clear the zone, doesn't get it out of there. Back in the zone, yes he did get it out. Delay offsides, Massena clears anyway. Here's Slack after it along the boards, but the Stoners control and move it ahead to the Massena line. Barkley flips ahead, back in the zone. Comes back to Barkley. Now we got a penalty. No, we got a delay offsides. Now the Raiders dump it down the ice, and that'll be icing. Nope. Yeah, they call the icing. Yep.
Big number 22, Eric Meacham, could have picked up a penalty as he just...
What I thought he was calling.
He just upended the Potsdam player inside the blue line. But I think both officials were more concerned with the offside. They missed that one. But Eric Meacham, in frustration, a little bit of anger, he just used his stick as a pitchfork, and he just picked up the Potsdam player and dumped him very hard on his backside.
Now it'll be Jeff Day taking the face-off against Jamie Hoos. Face-off right side of the Massena zone. Potsdam leading Massena 2-0 here. We're in the second period, the waning moments of the second. Puck comes to O'Shea, he starts it out. Timmy O'Shea to Walsh, it hit him, but it's back to Potsdam. Picked up there, and back come the Stoners. Mike Lamson, he's got the second goal, takes it wide and in behind the net. Puck in behind, bouncing around. Finally it's poked free, it's picked up by Hoos, goes back to the point. Here's a drive, it's blocked by Walsh, he gets back up. Goes for O'Shea, breaking down on Kelleher. O'Shea busts right by him. Here's O'Shea's shot, and he ends up in the net. I'm not sure if he ever got the shot off, but Sloan stopped it anyway, and O'Shea ends up in the net.
Raiders looking for a spark and thought for a second that might be it. Number 22, Joe Willard, took the shot at the point. Timmy O'Shea came out and blocked it and tipped it by...
Walsh blocked it.
Walsh blocked it,
right. Tipped
it by Willard, and away went number 14 on a chase to Jason Sloan, but he had a Potsdam defender right on his backside. I'm not sure if he got the shot off, but good attempt. But he and the Potsdam defender, along with Sloan, ended up in the net.
Face-off back in the Potsdam zone. Uland will take the draw against Day. Face-off left side is Sloan. 2-0 Potsdam. Off the face-off, Day gets knocked down, trying to get back up again. Has it knocked away. Comes in front, they bang at it, and it's going to be Potsdam picking it up. Yannickas out to center ice. Benji Nightingale to DeRosie, or to Rochford rather. He flips it ahead. Comes to the line, across the blue line, Day, knocked away from him. Comes back to the Massena line. Benji Nightingale goes to Rochford. Rochford, headman, goes to Walsh. He just tips it by inside Potsdam territory. Bove back after it. O'Shea. O'Shea looked to center, intercepted. Potsdam back the other way. Kyle Uland. Uland takes it in on the off wing. Uland's drop pass. Here's the shot, save made, and Hardy holds on on the shot by Yannickas.
Last thing the Stoners want to do in this last 1:37 of the second period is get three guys trapped down low. They'd be wise to keep one man back. Want to go into that second intermission with that 2-goal lead at least. If you give one back to the Raiders right now, that's just going to add a little gasoline to the fire. The Massena desperately need some kind of spark in these closing moments.
Face-off inside Massena territory, bouncing puck, DiAgostino, and Seacott banging for it. Comes in behind. It's going to go to Bubba. Gerard with it, rips it around the boards for DiAgostino. Trying to let it go around. It comes back to Farmer. He picks it up and drops it back in behind the net. Back around the boards. Bubba trying to move it ahead to Seacott. Seacott finally moves it out to center ice to Shane Farmer, and he tips it ahead. Picked up there by the Stoners. Close. Loses to Farmer. Farmer dumps it around the boards in behind the net. Picked up there by the Stoners. They wrap it around. Wonky gets tipped by him. Here comes Potsdam, a 2-on-1. Potsdam Kelleher breaks in, and he overskated, or somebody knocked it away. Bubba might have knocked it away with a poke check. Here comes Seacott back the other way, and he gets tied up and gets hauled down. There's going to be a penalty, and the Raiders will go on the power play.
Timmy Kelleher coming down that right side had number 8. I think that was Ben Reed, who has got a goal in this game, got the first goal wide open on that left side and never got the pass across to him. Raider defenseman gambled and lost. Potsdam came out on a 2-on-1. Fortunately for the Raiders, weren't successful in finishing off that play. Came back the other way and picked up the penalty. 44 seconds left for the Raiders to get one here to cut this margin in half.
Massena on the power play, coming out with the day line. Off the draw, the puck out to center ice. John Rochford will crank back after it, pick it up at his own blue line. Bangs it ahead for Day, just lets it trickle in. It's going to go to Kelleher. Kelleher looking, he's got a man breaking. Down the ice it goes. Hardy is going to come. No, he's not going to play it. Figured he'd play it, but it comes in the corner to Yannickas. He's checked by Rochford, and it's picked up by Benji Nightingale. Nightingale, headman to O'Shea. O'Shea gets knocked down, trying to stay with it, has it poked away, gets it back again. 18 seconds left. Here comes O'Shea, building up the head of steam. Here's O'Shea right down the middle, gets by one, can't get the shot off. I think he had his stick lifted at the last second. Puck around the boards to Nightingale. By the blue line, his shot deflected. Comes to Rochford. Rochford shot right on the save. They bang at it, and the buzzer sounds. And the Raiders will go into the locker room trailing by 2 here after 2 periods of play. Potsdam 2, Massena no score. Our broadcast brought to you by Nationwide Insurance at 229 East Orvis Street in Massena, by the North Country Savings Bank, 22 Phillip Street, Massena, by the members of Seacom Federal Credit Union, 30 Stern Street, Massena, by Massena Optics, 55 Main Street, downtown Massena, by Homestead Dairies, located on West Hatfield and the corner of North Main and Maple Street in Massena, by Paris Excavating and Environmental Control Corporation on the Massena-Winthrop Road, by Coca-Cola, the makers of Powerade, by Walsh Equipment, Bernie Avenue in Massena, by Massena Savings and Loan at 121 Main Street, Massena, Reynolds Metals, St. Lawrence Reduction Plant, and by Sullivan's Office Supply at 219 Center Street in Massena. Again, it's a 2-0 Potsdam lead after 2 periods of play.
Yes, and just checking with our stat man, we had reversed a stat here. I'm going to say, boy, that's not the period that I saw, but we had goaltender, the official saves in that period, goaltender Aaron Hardy with 15 for a 2-period total of 23, and Jason Sloan with 5 for a 2-period total of 12. So the Stoners outshooting Massena 17-5 and getting the only 2 goals of the period. And as we mentioned before, Massena is fortunate that it's only 2-0 after that, the way the Stoners outplayed them in that second period.
Oh, no question about it. Massena, I don't know what's the matter with them tonight, Dave. They're just standing around.
Oh, yeah, they're certainly in a funk out there. The Stoners scored first at the 2:26 mark. Ben Reed, and I guess this is Ben's first goal. Looking at the stats, his first goal of the year. Joe Miller picked up the assist. Massena defenseman was just caught flat-footed, and Ben Reed stormed down that left side, walked right around the Massena defenseman, went in and beat Darren Hardy with a backhander. And then at the 9:21 mark, the Mike Lamson got his 5th goal of the year. Jeremy Hoos and Joe Miller picking up the assist. Raiders had an opportunity to clear the zone. Timmy O'Shea made a great defensive play initially to thwart a Potsdam rush, and then looks like the Raiders are going to clear the zone, but couldn't. Joe Miller kept it in, took a shot from the point, nice low shot, a lot of traffic in front of Aaron Hardy, and somewhere in that mix, number 27, Mike Lamson, found that puck and put it in behind Aaron Hardy for the Stoners' 2nd goal of the period, and that's where they lead at the end of 2-0.
So the Raiders have to get some work done. Saves in the period. Aaron Hardy, a busy boy in that 2nd period, 15 saves, a 2-period total of 23, and just 5 saves for Jason Sloan, a 2-period total of 12. So the shots on net through 2 period, 25-12, favoring Potsdam, a 2-1 margin, and that's pretty indicative of the game.
Yes, it is.
Penalties in the period. Potsdam's Jamie Hoos went off for hooking. At the 5:05 mark, Raiders unable to do much on the power play. John Rochford went off at 8:15 for roughing, and the Raiders able to kill that one off. And then at the 14:16 mark, John Sobey went off for hooking, and he'll have 46 seconds remaining to serve in that penalty when we start the 3rd period. Hopefully the Raiders will come out with a little bit more zip in their step in this 3rd period. I'm not sure what the problem is tonight.
Well, I know, I don't think I'd like to be in that locker room right about now. So I'm sure the Raider coaching staff are going to have a few choice words to say, and whatever it is, they say they do have to find something to light a fire, and taking nothing away from the Stoners. They're playing their game plan to perfection. I think they're slowing it down whenever every opportunity that they have. The goaltender, Jason Sloan, is holding it, slowing it down, and they had a plan, I think, coming in tonight. They executed it successfully. When they get that forecheck going, they're getting the puck in deep on the Raiders and tying them up, and Massena guilty of, especially in that 2nd period, a lot of unforced errors in their own end, and the Stoners, if they were maybe a little more polished offensively, could have more than 2.
That's for sure. 2-0 our score through 2 periods for the Sandstoners. The Raiders have 15 minutes here to try to regroup.
And as Timmy just said a while ago, we can't forget that this Potsdam club knocked off Canton, who had been undefeated, and taking that into consideration, that is true. But again, the Raiders just not, they don't have that little extra jump here tonight. But we still have 15 minutes of hockey to go, and they've got plenty of time to redeem themselves. The only thing is the 3rd period hasn't been their best period throughout the year. 1st period and 2nd period, they've been able to outscore their opposition. But in that 3rd period, they've been outscored by a goal, 23-22. I hope they can reverse that here tonight.
Well, they'll be looking to. They've scored a total of 95. Their breakdown, 34, 39, and 22. And the opposition has scored 68, 22, 22, 23. Pretty well balanced throughout the 3 periods.
That's right. And one other column over there is that OT column.
The OT.
And, Raiders have only had 1 overtime game, and that was last Friday night in the tournament. Oh, what a tremendous hockey game. It's full of excitement, but the Raiders came up just a tad short. They came off the floor down too late, tied it up, and dominated the overtime, but the St. Joe's Marauders got the only stat that counts about halfway through that overtime, and it was big number 17, William Bush, their gunner, that got it.
Yes, indeed, he sure did, and that was his 2nd goal of the game, and St. Joe's won it. And they went on to win the tournament rather handily over Spalding, 8-1.
Maybe what the sectionals next week, Wednesday night, championship Saturday, and then the state championship the following Saturday, is that right?
It would be 2 Saturdays.
2 Saturdays.
Because there are quarterfinal games to be played, too.
That's right.
Even though Section 10 buys to the Final Four, there are other quarterfinal games that will have to be played the following weekend. And then then the Utica will be hosting the state championship again this year. I guess they've pretty much found a home in Utica, where they've been for the past, 8 or 10 years. What's that?
Lamson agreed that he takes after his mother.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Feed and everything.
Yeah, that's right.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's
Well, the officials back on the ice. We mentioned the Alex Bay connection. George Dobbin, veteran official and coach. George has been around a long time. And his partner from the Bay, Arnie O'Reilly, a veteran official and coach. Both experienced officials and always do a good job.
2-0 Potsdam through 2 periods. And we're waiting to see who comes back first. I don't know. The last time Massena was late in getting back, they played well the following period. Let's see what happens here.
We want to also, sometimes we're neglected to mention the fine work of Bobby Roof and his crew here at the Massena Arena, and they do a fine job and lay down a wonderful sheet of ice. And as you mentioned at the top of the broadcast, the beautiful Massena Arena, and they keep it in great shape.
All right, here come the Red Raiders back on the ice. I would imagine the coaching staff chewed on them a little between periods.
Probably the locker room paint might be blistered in there in locker room number 1. We'll have to check that out after. Let's see if they've got a little more jump in their step. And there is a possibility, as you mentioned, down by 2, and the Stoners get another one. We don't know what that second tiebreaker. There'd be one on first tiebreaker head-to-head, 1-1, and goal differential would be the same if so. Let's see. But we're assuming a lot. Still have 15 minutes to go, and the Raiders will be defending our goal to the left. And Aaron Hardy was come up with 23 saves so far through 2 periods. Has had a lot more work than his counterpart at the other end, Jason Sloan.
Yes, he has, that's for sure. Raiders will come out on the power play. They'll have 46 seconds of man advantage here as we go into the 3rd period to try to maybe get one past Sloan. Hardy will play defending the goal to our left, and Sloan will be defending the goal to our right as we start this 3rd period. The Raiders again trailing by 2 here, looking to hopefully get back into this hockey game. 2-0 score for Potsdam.
Joe Stark would like nothing better to come up with a victory against the Raiders. His clubs over the years somehow, they might start off a little shaky, but as it gets down towards the end, Joe always has them ready, and he'd like to come into Massena and upend the Raiders in their own rink like nothing better.
Well, like you said, still 15 minutes of hockey to play here.
Plenty of time, and we've seen this, last Friday night with about 3.5 minutes to go. They were down 2-0 against a excellent St. Joe's club, and they got off the floor and came back and tied it. So a lot of time.
We'll see what happens here.
Stoners defending the goal to our right, Jason Sloan. Senior goaltender. The Stoners come in with 3 goaltenders like the Raiders do. Jason Sloan, Jesse Howe, and Corey Musa. Senior, junior, and a sophomore. And Jason is the senior of this contingent. And his job to keep the Raiders at bay in this 3rd period.
All righty, here we go. It will be Jeff Day stepping into the circle against Hewlin. Off the face-off, Raiders control it. Benji Nightingale trying to move it ahead for O'Shea. O'Shea moves for Walsh. Walsh dips it into the zone. In behind the net, Kelleher loses to Day. Trying to get it back again, he does. Now a hard check thrown by Walsh. The puck squirts free, ripped around the board. Stoners look to move it out. That's Bobé with it. He and Day go together. The puck bouncing into the corner. O'Shea digging for it there. He drops it, and it's down the ice. Potsdam, somebody got a piece of it, and that'll take it down to 15 seconds left in the power play.
I think you'll see the Raiders lay on a little more body this period than they have in the first 2.
Here's the head man knocked down right back in the Massena zone. Rochford will pick it up. 3 seconds left in the power play. Puck knocked away. Rochford just dumps it across into the zone. Bouncing puck, doesn't get out. Here's O'Shea with it. Goes to Walsh in the corner. Trying to go back to the blue line. It's intercepted. Stoners will move it out. They killed it off. Puck poked away. O'Shea picks up the loose one. Steps by a check. Takes it across. Drops it off the wall. She's got room. His shot. Fired it wide. Oh, big opportunity for Massena. Justin just missed. Puck around into the corner. Bounces out down the ice. John Rochford. No, that's Adam Barkley back after, but he's not going to catch up to it before icing is called. And the faceoff will move back inside Potsdam territory. So the Raiders with the first opportunity in this third period.
Great opportunity for Massena. Number 21, Brad Wilson, turned it over right here down in front of us, and the Raiders went from defense to offense in a hurry, and odd man rush, and Justin Walsh set up, walked right in and fired a shot wide to the glove side.
Meacham will take the draw now. Off the face-off, puck controlled by the Stoners. As they try to move it around the horn, it's Hoos to the point. Here's a shot right on, save made by Sloan, and it's picked up by Hoos. He'll move it out. Dumps to the Massena line. Bubba Girard is there, flips it ahead for DeRosie, goes by him. Potsdam territory, picked up by Willard. He'll dump it in the Massena zone. Barkley back after it. Adam Barkley's headman on the wing, comes to Meacham by way of DeRosie. Back to DeRosie, knocked down. Puck bounces into the Massena zone, and it's picked up by Barkley. Here's Barkley. Moving it ahead, he'll take it in the zone, gets by the D. Here's Barkley, breaks in the shot. Another save made by Sloan. Raiders, couple of good opportunities. So far, they haven't been able to get a goal here. Puck dump back inside Massena territory. Bubba Girard back with it. Trying to flip it around the boards. Comes to Barkley. Barkley's long head man to Slack. Slack just flips it ahead as he wants off. The Raiders will make a change. The puck trickles in on Sloan. Potsdam moving it back out to center ice. Comes to the red line. Nightingale is there to dump it back in the Potsdam zone. Sloan goes in to play it. In behind, it fell down. Now Kellogg comes in and throws a check. Ward is there digging for it. And the puck picked up by the Stoners, though, and they'll move it in behind their own zone. That's Kyle Hewlin, has it stolen away. Hazel gets a piece of it. Puck trickled around the boards, and it's picked up to the blue line, but not out of the zone. Kept in at the point by the Red Raiders. In behind, around the horn it goes. Back to the blue line, Rochford. He tees it up. Quick snapshot, right on. Save in front, the rebound. Score! Massena gets one back, as the Raiders picked up Sean Kellogg, getting the puck in front of the net on the rebound of a shot by Johnny Rochford, and the Raiders have made it a 2-1 game.
Big goal for the Raiders. The Bruce brothers out there, Hazel, Kellogg, and Ward just out there, and they had the Stoners hemmed in. And although Potsdam did have a glorious opportunity to get it out, Ben Reed couldn't clear the zone. The Raiders kept it in, shot from the point, save made by Sloan. Kellogg picked up the rebound and rammed it home, and the Raiders have cut it to 1.
Here comes Potsdam with an opportunity, but it goes off the end of Yannikis' stick in the corner. John Rochford over skates. Puck still in there. Around the horn it goes. O'Shea can't come up with it. Bouncing back in the corner. In behind the net, Johnny Rochford again. He'll flip it around the boards. The defenseman pinching in. And it's poked free, comes to Walsh. He drops it in behind again for Rochford. Rochford over skates and then tries to step by the check, falls down. Trying to come up with it, he can't. Throws a check. The whistle blows. I think it's underneath the Potsdam forward who fell down on top of it. That was John Yannikis. And so the faceoff will come inside Massena territory. With 11:36 left in the period, third period, A1 TV and Appliance scoreboard says 2-1 Potsdam.
Big goal for the Raiders, 2:49, Sean Kellogg, and it's his second of the year. Matt Hazel and Johnny R. picking up the assist. Again, a shot from the point, rebound, Kellogg jumps on it and rams it home.
Meacham to face off against Brad Wilson in the Massena zone, off the draw. Meacham flips it around the boards for Jeffrey Slack. Took a funny bounce. Slack can't clear it. Goes back to Barkley. Barkley takes it in behind and flips it back to Slack. He'll start it out. Here comes Jeffrey Slack. He's got DeRosie breaking. Here's Slack trying to flip it across the blue line. Just gets it across. Knocked right back out up into the Potsdam bench. And we'll have a face-off probably just outside Potsdam, or just inside Potsdam territory.
We mentioned many times about Eric Meacham, big and strong, and he can, when he gets using that body and that strength of his, that time he just threw number 21, Brad Wilson, down like a rag doll.
Off the faceoff, DeRosie blocks a clearing pass, trying to step by the D. He gets tied up though, kicks it aside, still has it momentarily. Now the puck bounces off the glass and into the stands, and we'll have another faceoff inside Potsdam territory. 11:10 left, third period. Stoners lead the Red Raiders 2-1.
Big goal by that line of Ward, Kellogg, and Hazel. We refer to them as the part of the Bruce brothers. When they get cycling and forechecking up in there, they punish the opposition, and it paid off with Sean Kellogg, his second goal of the year.
Meacham will take the face-off in the Potsdam zone, left side of Sloan. Now they toss the Potsdam forward out of there. That's Wilson. So stepping in will be Hoos. Off the draw, Kelleher in behind his own net for the Stoners. Dipsy doodles around, then rips it around the boards. Wonky keeps it in. His shot is blocked and is swept out to center ice. Barkley flips it right back ahead to the Potsdam line. Intercepted there, and it trickles down the ice inside Massena territory. And Barkley will pick it up. Potsdam making a line change. Here comes Adam Barkley. Long headman pass goes by everybody. Kelleher is there to flip it back into the Massena zone. In behind the net it goes, and that's far enough for the icing call. And the faceoff will move back inside Potsdam territory. 2-1, Stoners lead it with 10:40 left in the third period on the A1 TV and Appliance scoreboard.
Again, on Saturday, 30 penalties. We played 2 1/3 periods here, and we've only had 4 penalties tonight.
Big difference.
Well, again, the flow of the game is...
There hadn't been much flow in this one either, but...
I caught myself after I said that, and I knew...
But for a different reason.
For a different reason.
Off the face-off, DiAgostino takes the draw. The puck just sits there in the circle. Finally, Anthony moves it to the point. Rochford flips it in behind the net. Shane Farmer is there, looking to center. His center's the side of the net. Goes to Spanky Seacott. He gets tied up in the corner. DiAgostino trying to come in and help out, but Potsdam will move it out to center ice. Here come the Stoners. Ben Reed, nice headman pass. Here's the shot, goes wide. Close taking that shot. Now the Raiders trying to move it ahead, and poke checks out to center ice. Dump back in the Massena zone, delay offsides. Benji Nightingale will gather it, move it ahead for DiAgostino. He pokes it by, and into the Potsdam zone it goes. In behind the net, that's Jeremy Bove wrapping it around the boards and out to center ice. Benji Nightingale flips to an open wing. Massena gets caught on offsides, and Potsdam takes it out anyway. Here comes Bove, dumping it. It's going to trickle right on, and Hardy saves it and leaves it in the corner for Big John Rochford. Headman pass, DiAgostino. He does not clear the zone. It comes back to Benji Nightingale. Nightingale circles behind his own net, moves it ahead for Seacott, who flips it and gets it back again. His headman intercepted and dumped by Kelleher back in the Massena zone. In behind the net it goes. After it is Gilmore. He overskates, picked up by Seacott. Headman to O'Shea. O'Shea steps by a check, takes it out of the zone. Here comes O'Shea. Lugging it down the ice. O'Shea busts in on this defense. Here's O'Shea in front, short side shot. Puck sits there. Finally, it's poke checked into the corner. Picked up by the Stoners, and they move it down the ice. Not far enough for icing as Gerard has to come back after it. Bubba with the puck. Dumps to in the open wing. Bounces back. That'll be an icing on Massena. And the faceoff will move back inside Raider territory. 9 minutes even remaining, third period. And on the A1 TV and Appliance scoreboard, 2-1 Potsdam.
Again, tempo of the game, and knowing, George Dobbins down there watching the play. Timmy O'Shea had walked around Timmy Kelleher. Kelleher a little upset. The play goes the other way. Timmy just gives him, Timmy Kelleher gave him a little shot in the back when he was down. Now George Dobbins released a 2-1 hockey game. Not going to call that. He yelled at him, hey, and that's all he needed. Good sound judgment by George Dobbins.
Off the faceoff, Gerard with a puck, rips it around the boards for O'Shea. O'Shea, headman today, overskates. Bouncing puck, it's going to come back to O'Shea. Headman to Walsh. Justin takes it across. Gets a quick snapshot. Oh, I'll tell you what. Sloan just barely closed the legs in time. And I mean just barely. Puck doesn't clear the zone. Wonky. Quick wrist shot. Save made by Sloan. Puck goes in the corner. Walsh with it. Flips it around the boards. In behind it's going to be Kelleher. Looking to skate and pick it up. Timmy Kelleher with it. Takes it behind his own net. His pass intercepted. And Day overskated, comes back to the blue line. Walsh picks it up, fires it right back inside Potsdam territory. After it, Kelleher bangs it ahead, out to center ice. And here comes Potsdam. They dump it down the ice. Doesn't make it even to the Massena zone. O'Shea turns it around. Here's O'Shea. Takes it across, ahead to Walsh. Walsh gets upended. The puck trickles back out. Nightingale shovels it right back in the zone. And Sloan's going to, well, he looked like he was going to cover it up, but nobody from Massena was there. So he jumps it in behind to his defenseman. Here comes Potsdam, breaking out of the zone, goes by everybody. They wave the icing off. John Rochford gathers it in, circles into the corner. Here's Rochford, moving ahead for Slack. Jeffrey Slack takes it in the zone, poke checked away at the last second. Potsdam turning it around the other way, comes out to center ice. We're going to have a penalty On who? On Massena.
Yeah, it's but this one's a makeup. George, I'm going to have to say you missed one before. Number 14, Jeremy Hughes, got railed right here. He missed two at the blue line. Justin Walsh nailed him, and then down in front of the net, the play went the other way, and he got hit from behind, and he laid on the ice for a while, wondering where the call was. And I think the referee realized I missed one. He came back and he nailed JR for a violation which wasn't half as bad as the two previous ones.
So Johnny R picks up the penalty, a high sticking call. Raiders on the man down situation. Potsdam power play. Here come the Stoners. That's Jeremy Bove. He can dangle with it. His shot right across the goal mouth, meant for the pass. Couldn't get anybody to tip it in. Puck poke check to the blue line, not out of the zone. Here's the pass as they move it around the horn, in behind the net. Potsdam controls. It's Gilmore moving it to the 45, back to the blue line. It trickles out to center ice. Back in the zone again. Delay offsides, but Massena clears. Back the other way comes John Rose, and he's going to just dump it in the Massena zone. Benji Nightingale picks it up, looks for the hole and finds it, and down the ice it goes. 7 minutes remaining in the third period, 50 seconds in the man advantage for Potsdam. It's 2-1 Stoners. Here comes Bove, moving it ahead now to the Massena line, goes by everybody. Now why they waved icing off, I'm not sure. But everybody changing up here, and Benji Nightingale golfs it to DeRosie, who deflects it all the way down the ice. I'm not sure why they didn't call icing on that. Puck in behind the net, Kelleher with it. Now he'll headman it as they move it out of the zone. Wilson has it stolen by DeRosie. DeRosie moving it to the blue line. Now it's Meacham. Meacham flips it through, trying to get it to DeRosie. Had his stick tied up. Puck sits in front. DeRosie turns around to Meacham. Oh, and Meacham couldn't quite catch it. Puck bounces free to the blue line with 4 seconds left in the power play. Down the ice it goes. That'll come in on Hardy. And Bubba Gerard picks it up and bangs it out to center ice. Ward flipping ahead for John Rochford. Poke checked away from him. Drew Wonky gathers it in, takes it back out again, back in the zone. Big Meacham kicks it ahead as he had his stick tied up. The bouncing puck picked up by Wonky. Drew takes it across, skates in the corner, has it knocked away, drops it to the point. Here's a deflector, didn't get through, as I think it hit the back of Hazel, and the puck bounces in behind the net. And it goes off the glass to the blue line. Wonky, did he keep it in? Yes, he did. Flips it in the corner, but it's intercepted. Back comes Potsdam's Ryan War. Wonky takes him into the boards. The puck slides free to Bubba Gerard. Pace has picked up a little bit here. Here comes Massena back the other way. You can hear the crowd making a little bit more noise now. Kellogg's headman goes to Farmer. He gets tied up. The puck bounces free, goes bouncing in behind the net. Kellogg digging for it, goes to Ward behind. Ward trying to go to Hazel. In the corner, Hazel throws a check on Kelleher. Kelleher doesn't clear the zone. Rochford slides it into the circle, but it's out to center ice. And Potsdam moves it back the other way. Here come the Stoners into the Massena zone. Knocked away. Puck comes in front. They got a man free shot. Save made. Puck cleared into the corner. Big save by Hardy on that one. Back to the blue line. It bounces by Kelleher. Here comes O'Shea after it, trying to poke it away. Gets it back again. O'Shea taken into the corner. Puck bounces free out to center ice. Here is Day after it. He steals the puck. Gets impeded. There's going to be a penalty on Potsdam as Day had his jersey held from behind by John Yannickas. Good call by the official. I mean, we can see it real well from up here, but I'll tell you, George Dobbins made a good call.
Good call, and two big saves, one by each goaltender in the last 3 or 4 minutes. And that last one, Aaron Hardy, the Raiders give away in their own end, and Josh Close jumped on it, and from about 15 feet, had that top right-hand corner stick side. He went there. Aaron Hardy was able to close the vacancy. And just prior to that, well, a few minutes prior to that, the one that you called, Justin Walsh, using the defenseman as a screen, got off that quick snapshot, and I don't think Jason Sloan saw that till the last second. He just barely closed those legs. That was a big save.
Face-off just outside the Massena blue line. Raiders on the power play here. A headman, it goes all the way down the ice, and that went through the crease. Icing waved off. Puck in behind, picked up by the Stoners, and up into the crowd it goes. We'll have a face-off in the Potsdam zone. We're down to 4:22. Much, much better third period than the first two.
Yes, much better. And a tough penalty to take for the Sandstoners with 4:22 to go, and you're up by a goal, and you're taking a penalty, a holding call up in the offensive end. Again, those are not good penalties, and let's see if the Sandstoners can avoid paying the price.
Off the faceoff, back to the point. Rochford goes to Nightingale. His pass intercepted. Back comes Potsdam, a breakaway. Here comes Kyle Hewlin in on Hardy. Shot saved. Rebound goes into the corner. Another big save for Aaron Hardy. Big, huge save for Aaron Hardy. Puck dumped out to center ice. Bouncing around. Jeffrey Day goes after. He can't come up with it. Finally, it's picked up there by Walsh. He has to turn around. Raiders sloppy on the power play. Here's Rochford. Takes it across. He'll take it in the corner. Look to set it up. Out by the blue line. Then shovels it around the horn to Walsh. Walsh going back to Day. Day steps up and tries to pick it up side of the net, but Kelleher's got it. Here comes Kelleher. Poke checked away by Walsh. Puck sits in the circle. Where is it? Finally, it's flipped out to center ice. Comes to Rochford. Rochford waits for his wings. Shovels it around the boards. And we have a whistle. What do we got?
Violation over in front of the Sandstoner bench, and it looks like the Raiders are going to pick up a penalty.
I think it's going to be matching minors. I think John Rochford and Kyle Hewlin will both go off. And I didn't see what happened. I was watching Tim O'Shea get ready to pick up the puck.
High sticking on each of them. I tell you, Kyle Hewlin's got to be shaking his head. Down a man, killing a penalty, read the Raider defense to defense pass. They telegraphed, he stepped up, and he was home free from his own blue line. Elected to shoot and had Aaron Hardy back in the net, but Hardy made him make the first move, and it wasn't a real tough shot. Hewlin's a pretty good sniper. He's had 12 goals, but that wasn't one of his finer shots right there. But again, Hardy made him make the first move.
Off the faceoff, puck in behind. Picked up there by Bove. To the blue line, out to center ice. Barkley can't keep it in the zone, and he has to come back for it. He drops it to Bubba Girard. Head man to DeRosie. DeRosie flips it, his pass intercepted, and it's Meacham with it. Meacham across the blue line, digging for it, goes into the corner. That's going to about take care of the Massena power play. So the Raiders, no luck on the power play. Potsdam coming back the other way, and they just dump it in the Massena zone. In behind the net it goes. Barkley with it. Barkley battling for it with Mike Lamson, and Barkley comes out of the pack. Here's Barkley flipping it ahead for DeRosie. DeRosie, long head man pass, intercepted. Back out it comes. Bouncing around. Picked up there by Yannikis, and he flipped it. It goes up into the Massena bench with 2:40 left in the third period. Potsdam holding on to that 1-goal lead, 2-1.
And you're going to see, I suspect, nothing else from the Sandstoners. One-man forecheck and holding those two other guys back there. Kitty bar the door, 4 across, and not going to allow the Raiders to penetrate easy. Massena's got to dump it in behind them and then jump on it.
And put some forechecking.
Put some forecheck, but get it in behind the defense.
Off the faceoff, Benji Nightingale. Bangs it ahead, knocked away. Bouncing puck, controlled by Nightingale. He bangs it off the boards, in behind the net. Sloan stops it, leaves it for Kelleher, his defenseman. Here's Kelleher, has it knocked away. Puck stolen in front. Seacott trying to get a shot. He does. The save made. Rebound. Seacott flips it in behind. Here's Seacott getting tied up behind by Kelleher, who just made an egregious error. Now the puck comes free, and Kelleher will start out. I think you'll see him lug it this time. He won't throw it away. Here's Kelleher, and he's going to dump it off a body into the Massena zone. Benji Nightingale picking it up, shovels it ahead, trickles in front of the penalty box, and it's tied up there. We're under 2 minutes. The third period has flown by. Under 2 minutes left. 2-1. Potsdam still holding on to that lead. Massena with the only goal in the third, but they need one more.
Another good shift by that line of Seacott, Farmer, and DiAgostino. Again, they're came within an eyelash of tying this game up. And you mentioned Kelleher, a little sloppy, a little nonchalant. Didn't expect, I don't think that line would get in on top of him as quick as they did.
Off the faceoff, puck in the zone. Here's the shot. Hardy makes the save, and Barkley clears it into the corner. Hardy's been tough down the stretch. Here comes Walsh. He might have a partial break. He skates in. Sloan comes out. They go together, and the puck goes in the corner. Bouncing free. Stoners move it out to center ice. We got a foot race for it. Here's Lamson, makes the shift, gets knocked down. There's going to be a penalty on Barkley.
It's going to be a penalty on Massena. Now, he might call one here, too. There could be 2 penalties. If he called that one right there on Adam Barkley, which I don't think he is, it's the one
behind the play.
The one happened before, and we'll wait and see.
They had a delay. That really wasn't a penalty, was it?
No, but they had a delayed call. There was a penalty called on Massena. It's going to be against
Justin Walsh.
Probably
Okay.
a roughing call.
Okay.
We'll wait and see here.
So now Massena has to try to get a goal shorthanded. Basically, there's only 1:34 left in the game. So Massena has to try to get a shorthanded goal here in order to tie this one up. It's not a good penalty.
Not a good penalty is right. We just got through talking about it. We'll see what the call is, if it is roughing or not, but it's hitting the goaltender. They both, when the goaltender came out.
Oh boy, I thought it was something else.
I did too.
Would you call that a penalty?
No, I wouldn't, but of course, I'm not wearing the striped shirt. I don't know if he had a chance to avoid him or not. And under the Arnie O'Reilly's opinion, he didn't. He did have a chance to avoid the goaltender. Long rink-wide pass. Justin Walsh streaking down that right side, and partial breakaway, and wasn't controlling the puck. It had bounced ahead of him, and Jason Sloan came out to the dot to clear the puck. Sloan won the race just barely, and he and Walsh kind of collided.
And it wasn't much of a collision.
No, he didn't knock him down, and I didn't think that was the call. I knew there was a delayed call. I didn't think that was the one at all, but bad time to take a penalty. There's no question.
Apparently, you can't touch the goalie at all. Because I've seen, no matter what happens, if the goalie gets touched, they call a penalty.
Well, you know, that's, again,
basically that's it.
It's interpretation, how he's interpreting that.
Well, supposedly, but I've seen them make this call many, many times.
Well, that again, you have to read the tempo of the game, and I would, if there's an error here, I just feel maybe an error in judgment. Again, 2-1. We talked about the officials a little while ago allowing a little cross check to the back to go unpenalized because of the tenor of the game, which I thought was a good call, and I think I would disagree with the officials on that one. But again, that doesn't mean anything.
Off the face-off, here's Potsdam. The shot right in front bounces into the corner to the blue line, but not out. Kelleher flips it over on the other side, Beauvais. Beauvais dumps it in the corner. Rochford throws a check. Where's the puck underneath his skates? And Rochford finally kicks it free. Let's see. I don't think he's going to dump it. He's got to get something going here. Head man to DeRosie. DeRosie shovels it. I thought maybe he'd try to carry it because Massena needs a goal. They don't need a penalty kill. They need a goal here. Potsdam dumps it back in the zone. Rochford after it. In behind the net, trying to move it around. Gets knocked down. The puck comes free. Moves in front, and it bounces to Rochford again. Down to 49 seconds left. Rochford, and we have a whistle as the play is blown dead.
I agree. The Raiders need to carry it, and I also would be surprised if the Stoners get three guys down below the top of the circle, or if you see the defenseman, defense to defense pass.
Now Potsdam wants it. I think they're going to hear what you just said. What do you think?
I think so, and I think Joe Stark probably had his heart flip a little bit because I think the defense before were thinking about sending a pass across, and the Raiders just waiting for that to jump up and grab that errant pass across there. The last thing they wanted, they just didn't want to keep dumping it down inside. That's all they wanted. They don't need another one. And I agree with you. I think the Raiders, Coach Long's going to tell them, hey, we're killing, but we've got to go to the attack. And he's probably telling Aaron Hardy when he wants him to leave that net. We got 46 seconds left in the period. And
got to get the puck down the other end first of all. But the one thing they can do is they can dump it.
Yes, they can.
Without an icing.
And that's the first opportunity when they do that. You'll see number one head for the bench.
46 seconds left in the period, third period. Potsdam leading Massena 2-1. 42 seconds left in the penalty.
The only goal of this period, and it's by the Raiders. Sean Kellogg is second of the year. Matt Hazel and John Rochford picking up the assist. And that's where we stand. 2-1, 46 seconds left to go. 2-1 in favor of the Stoners.
Well, the face-off is outside the zone. They had set the puck on the dot. I thought it was going to be in, but outside it is. But Potsdam wins the draw, and they shovel it in the Massena end. O'Shea is back there going after it. O'Shea has it knocked away. Now DeRosie in there. Comes back to Rochford. Johnny Rochford flips it along the glass. Doesn't clear the zone. They bang at it. Finally, it's out to center ice. O'Shea trying to flip it to DeRosie. DeRosie just dumps it in the zone. Potsdam controls in their own end. Massena pulling their goalie. They shovel it. Potsdam shovels it out to center ice. It's rolling toward the net, but John Rochford is there. Here's Rochford moving it ahead to neutral ice. Meacham didn't see it. Here's the shot on the empty net. Rochford makes the save. Penalty as he laughs, but so just about has the time. 1 second, buzzer sounds, and the Stoners win it. And so the Raiders fall asleep for 2 periods.